Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desa Tarane. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, I'm going to continue reading from this amazing book, Shri Chaitanya Mahakavyam by Kavi Karnapur, kindly translated by His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj. Before I make a little pitch for the TOVP, see this amazing picture. I don't think this is a Photoshop, because I saw from Tarampur Road, when you look towards the Gurukul is in between, and this might be an actual shot of what's going on, so we see the, Mayapur developing, and the bulls being engaged properly. Right. This is chapter 15. Right after Snana Yatra. Jagannath, wearing a cloth of invisibility, then disappeared from man's vision with Lakshmi, servant of the palace, for repairs. Jagannath disappeared to play with Lakshmi alone, desiring to produce great pain of separation in his devotees living in Puri. Their minds disturbed with sorrow and not seeing the Lord, the devotees living in Puri suffered greatly on being deprived of the Lord's presence. Mahaprabhu, not seeing Jagannath, was greatly pained. On this occasion, he manifested the sorrow of the gopis in separation from Krishna in Vrindavan. He experienced the sorrow of the gopis' hearts constantly. When the opportunity arose in this condition, he experienced transformations in his heart. Gaurachandra appeared to wear a necklace of constantly flowing tears on his chest. Becoming thin, present only by his name, he became despondent because of long separation. He became thinner by the day, sprinkling tears from his pink lotus eyes while exhaling hot wind and long sighs. In the forest fire of sorrow, doubled by not seeing Jagannath, the ocean of mercy attained some peace of mind on considering that the Lord would return. The Lord, with flute in his hand, mounting on attractive swing, viewed the artistic dancing of the best temple women at the three junctures of the day. He enjoyed nicely with charming songs, while sweet mridangas and other drums sounded. The floor of the room became white from the constant showers of flowers. His heart despondent because of separation, Gaurachandra passed his day crying loudly and incessantly, and attained some relief by seeing his companions. Gaurachandra then decided to thoroughly clean the place known as Gundicha, along with the devotees dedicated to his lotus feet. On the day previous to the cleaning, Mahaprabhu, engaging all the devotees, joyfully gathered brooms for cleaning the place. The next day, before dawn, he rose quickly from bed, eager to take his bath with pure water. He took his bath with pure, fragrant, cool water and dressed himself in a fresh piece of red cloth. He was like Sumero, eagerly and tightly embracing the red twilight. The ocean of mercy tightly tied another piece of cloth around his waist. Applying tilak with sandalwood, he appeared most beautiful. Going outside, seeing all the people with the waves of glances from his red eyes, he brought 100 brooms in front of him and distributed them one by one. Receiving the attractive brooms, like branches from the tree of happiness, from the lotus hands of the Lord, his dedicated devotees immediately felt great happiness. We should, anytime we get a chance to sweep the temple or sweep anywhere around for Krishna, we should remember this. Moving like a herd of mad elephants, like a mobile gold mountain filled with sweetness, his heart bursting with joy, the Lord ran swiftly. Running like a mad elephant, suddenly released after being chained for a long time, he shook the ground with the heavy steps of his lotus feet. Going quickly with anxious heart, he came to Gundicha, which was like an ocean of happiness, and entered the place. The devotees arrived later. Filled with great joy, he entered the place and with his devotees holding brooms quickly cleaned the place bit by bit. The devotees were enthusiastic to clean and to hear the Lord's kirtan simultaneously. With the brooms they cleaned each room, each wall, each veranda, and each upper room. Joyfully seeing the Lord's face, some devotees, washing their bodies with torrents of tears, remained motionless for a long time, forgetting to sweep the rooms. With hair standing on end, some devotees, their minds absorbed in hearing the Lord's beautiful words, lost control of their limbs, and though cleaning the rooms in bewilderment, they did not know what they were doing. The Lord, in great joy, ordered the devotees, "You clean over there, you clean here, clean nicely." This made them very happy. Their joy doubled when the Lord gave directions on how to clean. They could not be fully satisfied, however. In anger and affection, with brooms he heavily beat on the back of those who came late. But these devotees felt happiness in the pain arising from being heavily beaten by the brooms. This is the effect of great affection. Great suffering gives pleasure. The Lord himself cleaned joyfully for a short time. Sometimes he watched and sometimes he engaged others in actions by his orders. Approaching all the devotees, he made them extremely blissful by his smiles, words, glances, and touch. He replaced all sorrow with joy. The Lord, with concentration, quickly cleansed the throne along with some devotees in great joy and began sprinkling it with water. The moving golden mountain, the son of Sachi, became increasingly covered with dust which fell on his limbs. Constantly chanting Krishna, Krishna, the incomparably, profoundly beautiful Lord, with his sweet, smiling, moon-like face, had the devotees clean the place. With small pots tied to strong ropes, all the devotees pulled water from the well in order to wash the place thoroughly. Some devotees, tying their upper cloths around their waist, took the pots tied with ropes near the well, and others stood nearby. Some pulled the water from the well with ropes. Others took the pots full of water and handed it to others. Some took the full pots and some took the empty pots back. The result of this exchange was most attractive. That natural state never lost its attraction. As the joyful devotees passed full and empty pots back and forth, it appeared like a game of throwing ball. The sound of "Bring it here" arose with great joy. Shouts of joy, making the hair stand on end, mixed boldly with the sound of water filling the pots. With eagerness and joy, on the order of the Lord, some devotees sprinkled water on the veranda, on the walls, on the upper portions of the building, and on the roofs. The Lord had them cleanse all places of each room, saying to each in a sweet voice, "You sprinkle here, you sprinkle there." Some constantly gave water pots to the Lord's lotus hands. Some sprinkled water near his feet. The Lord joyfully took full pots and gave back empty pots. The Lord and the devotees alternately exchanged their states of fullness and emptiness. With hair standing on end, trembling intensely because of happiness, Some could not attain complete happiness in giving pots to the Lord's lotus hands. Some devotees enthusiastically sprinkled water on the Lord's lotus feet while no one was looking. Among the devotees, the Lord was the personification of cleaning rooms. When his devotees sprinkled water near his feet with hundreds of pots, the Lord looked radiant with his damp red cloth reaching to his knees. Beautiful with red rays, his moon-like face moistened with drops of perspiration, damp from water thrown here and there, the Lord appeared to be rising from a river after swimming. Receiving pots full of water from his lotus hands of his devotees, like a rain cloud, he quickly sprinkled the water here and there and filled the terrace with water. His limbs covered with drops of water, he was like an elephant coming out of the water after splashing around, infuriated with playing in the mud. Beautiful with his red cloth, damp from sprinkling water, he was like Meru, covered by evening clouds, fearing the sun. Many pots broke, many pots were brought, abundant water was brought, rivers flowed everywhere. The devotees sprinkled water from the pots and from their eyes in great joy. Deep sounds of joy arose quickly from them, like the sound of rumbling clouds. The devotees near the Lord in Puri shone like the best elephants in with their damp arms. No one in the world could measure their happiness. After cleaning the whole building and thoroughly washing the thrones, the Lord, joyful with rasa, went outside into the yard. The Lord made them sit in straight line in the yard, and with his soft fingers sprinkled stones and grass here and there. Throwing his outer cloth on the ground, the playful Lord, eager to play games, threw some grass and stones far away. Seeing the devotees take up the grass and stones scattered here and there, he explained that according to the amount they gathered, they would win or lose the game. After cleaning the yard, the outer gates, the roads, tired from the intense energy exerted, he did kirtan with the devotees. With excellent voices, the devotees danced in front of the Lord, while the Lord himself danced. Who can describe the sweetness of their singing? With ears listening to the long, beautiful, extended notes, skillful as Kinara's music, with hair standing on end, filled with happiness, the devotees with one mind sang as the Lord danced. His body washed with continuous flow of tears, hair standing on end all over his body, throwing up his knees and chest in joy, Gauranga danced in great zeal. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow, sometimes very slow, he whirled about gracefully in joy and danced while making deep, soft, growling sounds. With unceasing joy, he made others dance, as if he had his body, as if they had his body. While playing cartels with sweet, low sounds, he sang in a deep voice, shining with a mixture of perspiration, tears, and flowing unguents. Sometimes he watched, sometimes he sang, and sometimes he danced. After cleansing the Gundich and dancing, Gaurachandra, exhausted from wandering about, desired to play in the lake. For a short time, at a soft, cool spot, Gaurachandra, with his sweet face, eagerly sat down with the devotees to recover from the fatigue and enjoy talking about the Lord. Desiring the water play with tired body, the Lord, with the devotees in front, slowly walked to the lake. The lake gave happiness to the eyes of those who saw it. After playing in the water a long time, his body became very cool. With the devotees, he climbed on the bank and put on fresh clothing. After that, he went to see Narasimha and offered his respects and joy. Then he desired to stroll about and take steps with his joyful lotus feet. After 2 weeks, the devotees together again saw the lotus face of Jagannath, which gives joy to the eyes of all people in the world. With eyes afflicted with extreme thirst after being deprived for a long time, the Lord gazed with unblinking eyes at Jagannath. He could not completely be satisfied with seeing Jagannath's moon-like face. Jagannath and Gaurachandra, two attractive, similar forms with fresh, deep attraction, privately looked at each other with greedy, unblinking lotus eyes. It was like an expansive ocean with attractive sounds of Jai, Jai, Deva Jai, arising all around from people's mouths while they raised their wave-like arms. Beautiful with his towering body, surpassing all people, Gaurachandra, looking at the Lord, sat in front of the spotless Bhoga Mandap. He purified his moon-like toenails of his lotus feet with the torrents of his tears. Did he bathe them with his tears, thinking, there is nothing so rare as these lotus feet? As he looked at the moon-like face of Jagannath with no desires, his body attained the beauty of a budding creeper from goosebumps, and his eyes attained the beauty of red lotuses. After 15 days, Jagannath, with his sweet body, taking the opportunity, spent a day enjoying with Lakshmi in the temple. The next day, Jagannath, nourished with double amounts of food, became most attractive. Desiring the festival of Rath Yatra, he shone brilliantly. Jagannath, having tasted all rasa, full of desire for pastimes, having undertaken all the avatars' pastimes, was always merciful to his devotee. Full of mercy for his devotees, every year the Lord goes to Gundicha and pacifies Lakshmi there, after spending 15 days with her in private. On either side of the path, pleasant with soft sand, were gardens with various trees attractive to the whole world, which made one remember Vrindavan. On the pretext of the Rath Yatra, Gauranga, his heart absorbed in going to Vrindavan, had a strong desire for pastimes in these forests, as was previously explained. Experiencing happiness, Gaurachandra, the Supreme Lord, performed pastimes in the garden during the Rath Yatra. These gardens had the unlimited attractiveness of Vrindavan. When Jagannath stayed for 9 days at Gundicha, Gauranga, purified by the breeze of the groves, enjoyed pastimes there. Filled with the rasa of the victorious passage, at the end of night, Jagannath manifested his form covered with battle gear. He desired to descend from his seat like the moon descending on the western horizon. While descending attractively with his feet, victorious Jagannath saw Gaurachandra as the best golden mountain situated in front of him. As he descending using many pillows, Jagannath appeared like a moon, destroying darkness with his light, spreading it to all the stars. As he placed his feet on the pillows, he defeated the beauty of waves of an ocean of liquid sapphires. While he gave joy to his many servants, who clustered around 2 silk ropes tied around his waist, he appeared that he by himself conquered the assembly of the Prajapatis, who had arising from 2 stems, the ropes of his lotus navel. Jagannath became the white battlefield by the constant showers of flowers, and many umbrellas held above Jagannath's head like many moons serving his lotus-like face. As Jagannath, the black moon, moved forward, the son of Sachi, facing him, retreated. He appeared like a beautiful ball moving about. As Jagannath was surrounded by his servants, Gaurachandra was surrounded by his servants. To the people they appeared to shine like sapphire and golden jewel. Sometimes Jagannath assumed Gaurachandra's golden complexion, and sometimes Gaurachandra assumed a black complexion. From Puri, the two manifested their power throughout the universe. Prataparudra crushed his opponents by his elephant trunk. He destroyed unlimited obstacles like the sun. He shone at all times. But he became a minor servant of the Lord, in his hand a golden broom. Seeing the pastimes of Jagannath and Gauranga, he became stunned with immobility. Like the night which is forgotten when 2 meteors blaze brilliantly in the sky constantly, this occasion became grand with the sounds of drums and various instruments. Coming near the cart and looking at the Lord, Gaurachandra shone as his servants exclaimed, "He can be seen from here, from here." Ascending his cart, Jagannath shone with joyful rasa. He was like the sweet moon rising over the eastern mountain in a cloudless sky. After Jagannath ascended to the cart on the road, Gaurachandra with his devotees desired to go for bathing pastimes. Attractive after their quick bath, the devotees gathered in front of Mahaprabhu. He also bathed in delight and anointed them with sandalwood paste. First, the crown jewel of rasa, overjoyed, applied sandalwood on Advaita's chest, making his hair stand on end with his double bliss. And then applied sandalwood on Shrivas, the form of Narada, the moon of his dynasty, and then his younger brother Shriram. Then, in order to, he applied sandalwood on the others. His body was thick, slack from great bliss and trembling. Merciful Gaurachandra applied sandalwood on each of the singers' chests. He applied sandalwood on Shrivas and Shriram, endowed with voices like cuckoo, on Vasudev Dutt, or Mukunda on the famous renunciate Damodar, filled with prema, on Bhakrishar, filled with good qualities, on Damodar, the best of Brahmins, and on the sweet devotee named Narayan. Gauranga applied sandalwood on Sri Kanta, sweet Makaradwaj, pure Shubhananda, Kashinath, Balabacharya, Haridas, and intelligent Raghu. He firmly tied a cloth around his waist with his two arms, as two thick arms which reached his knees, his hair standing on end in complete bliss. He then departed with the devotees. With shining kartal and attractive symbols in their lotus hands, the hair standing on end, with lotus feet stumbling at every step, drowning in an ocean of happiness, they followed Gauranga. Govinda came quickly, approached close, returned beside the Lord, sunk in an ocean of bliss, and then departed. The beautiful devotees gathered together, blissful at every step. Their ocean of bliss without limit could not be measured within this universe. Walking gracefully like a lion, with feet headed walking gracefully like a lion, with feet bathed in perspiration of joy, with hair standing on end because of incomparable bliss, Gauranga, brighter than the sun, went quickly on the path. Attractive with joy and intoxication, with shining body, Gaurachandra came in front of the chariot of Baladev and offered respects on the ground like a stick, like a toppled golden mountain, flowing with tears of prema. That ends chapter 15 of this wonderful book. Thank you, anyone who's listening. Please bless me that I'll get a taste for the pastimes of the Lord and the holy name of the Lord and spreading these things.